with the establishment of a simple and bold concept, global national energy. The tactic and the agreement arises in the feeling of a human being that links nature itself to planet Earth. This coincidence in the vibrations make citizens become cosmic citizens, inhabitants of the cosmic society, all members of the cosmic generation that manage to establish the method capable of reaching a healthy and peaceful world where equality is real, hunger and violence places are reduced to minimum expressions. This is how the planetary citizen assemblies emerge, a virtual space where all citizens can present their ideas and suggestions, reaching universal positions in favor of feeling unitarily of our race. The improved society occurs when each citizen has been awakened and aware of the reality of the system. Once overflowed, the labyrinth of ignorance admits to be an integral part of the movement of social innovation that empowers and emancipates the system through the energy method. The men and women of the planet cannot suppress themselves or their gift and talents, even if the negative headquarters wants it. The system can suppress them from the institutions trying to drown it. But the conscious will that is born of free will and eternal wisdom manages to express the wind of love and freedom, leaving behind the fear, lies, fraud, in which citizens have grown from birth. The truth has been revealed. It is unmasked and risen near to each of the illusions of the system. No human being can renounce the cosmic energy. How many not use it? But that makes him part of the negative headquarters. Therefore, if he is interested in the ego, the mind, material possession, and the power to seduce and dominate others, we will continue to eliminate the faculty of the soul and the cosmic attributes. Nobody can separate themselves of this natural power, because it is a piece that comes from the factory. It can be disabled through the software program indoctrination, but it's a very particular hardware, something intangible and invisible that cannot be destroyed, because it comes from the source of life, the same cosmic energy that keeps the cosmos in balance, giving life to life. Global national energy does not place a power in the hands of the community. This power, validity or power, is absolutely winned, proper and exclusive of every human being. The negative headquarters knows this, knows the capacity of achievement, and for that reason has invented a system that moves in a static way, as well as its vicious circle that feeds itself, without being able to breathe or laugh. It is a spirit, global national energy. It is a spirit that spans without end, whose life is given by each citizen through the dynamics of their given talents in action. Of course, this social path of unity called global nation energy does not imply the rejection of the genuine essence, cosmic energy. On the contrary, enhances individually in authenticity and gives a perfect environment to transcend and span. Energy method is natural expression of the human being that unfolds his soul in society, given talent. There is no more owner or anybody. No one owns the energy but the soul that inhabits the body and guarantees the value for society. The elite that considers itself the owner of the world and that the planet contains raw material and people has invented a human form from which it feeds, a pyramidal structure that makes the planetary prison. But there can only be a slave and prisoner if citizens choose to obey and submit passively and resign. The indiscipline considered is far beyond the movement of civil rights and non-violence. It's not necessary to claim from the state what by nature is already the property of a human being. This is the point. Link that authorization of permission is required. We do not need the approval of others to be totally ourselves. Instead of wasting time and energy claiming a right that is proper by nature, better to invest the same time and energy in productive activities through energy methods. The cosmic citizen is, regardless of what any institution says or does, they may limit the physical movement, but the vibration that connects and synchronizes with the other soul forms immense seas and gigantic waves, and on the waving tsunamis, and never before seen in history of the people claim to the power that can be. It is enough to walk the invisible path that becomes visible in order not to flee in fear or face with violence and armed struggle in each of revenge. The creativity of the corporate economic life, the negative headquarter bath, and the system cannot control it. You can only learn to live with the cosmic generation and you work. It happened with the state, religion, market. They take a back seat. The citizen rises a particular jurisdiction that is their own, admitting as an arbitrator and manager only his legitimate sovereignty. That means the absence of any external power that pretend to influence his attitude and conduct. Now, what is usually called rights, lack of value that had before. It is time to call things by their name. Gift. The gift cannot be marginalized or altered by any institution. No government has power over them. The system has neither a voice nor a vote before something equally granted to human beings by the cosmos. 1% of the world population has been squeezing and trampling 99% of the world population for centuries. It happens that the sleeping giant awakes and arises above the maze of ignorance to be totally the greatest expression of a being, a citizen cosmic. The purpose of which the improved society become conscious and stable is through the following facts. Every conscious citizen consents that the other citizen can gather around the energy, devise and transition freely in agreement under the supervision of the responsibility that both are attributed. Under the mutual obligation of respecting the agreement and complying until the end of the agreement reached. Allow the information therefore to be reflected in the Free Public Universal Register. Both parties submit to the agreement and accept the consequences, as well as the publication and possibility of analysis by other citizens who inquire and learn. It determined in the service of product that culminates the formal relationship at the technological level that lives in the physical space is resolved. Virtual assessment is incorporated as basis of the fundamental humanistic principle that is an example of a vital teaching for the rest of the citizens. The meaning of transcendence of the fact of the vital occupation, which is not work or employment, is voluntary and free. In return, free the gift and talents of both parties to operate favorably in society. The bounds that are established in the communion of the soul are binding among people. However, they are outside of the state, religion, and the market. No citizen has to give to the public administration his way of being. He must not consent for a minute more than the printed doctrine since childhood is the way of behaving in society. Global nation energy is born from the consensus between the citizen and the human being, of the symbiosis of the body and soul, of the alliance of all free, independent persons of the system by natural law.